Who's there? Who's there? Who's that? Who's there? Somebody's there. Was that you? Is it Deborah that you said you really needed help before I came on? Was that you, Deborah? Or are you hiding? You're not Deborah. You're somebody else. Just want to be an eavesdropper. Anything you want. Ooh, ooh, ooh. No questions yet? No question? No question? Answered? Actually, I'm working on uh, some reports now that you're going to have to learn, how to use the IRS to get your grants, because so much of the new grants now are coming out of the IRS. So we're not used to going to the IRS looking for grants. And it's not that complicated. You could figure out anything. Just put your mind to it. A lot of people just try to scare you, or what happens is things we don't know we think are very difficult. Once we get to know them, yeah, it's easy, right? So you just have to jump in the water. Don't worry about stuff you didn't know. You think all this is no, yeah, there's no magic, and the worst is you screw up and you don't get the money. That's where you are now, so you have nothing to lose. Just get out there and start screwing up. uh, let's see. No, oh, here it is. Macro Scooter Sylvia. Okay, wait a second. Hope all is well there. Do you have a link for grants for black disabled Bert, Bertrand veterans? What's Bertrand? Preferably in farming, also IRS relief. Okay, lots there. First of all, I would not, being a black or veteran or something like that is just a very small part of everything. So don't go just looking for grants for grant black or disabled or any other, because then you'll be spending a lot of time in a very small universe. Now, I'm not saying it's bad to do that, uh, but it is. Okay, let me maybe have some time. You got no other questions. I'll try to get you some things here. Do you owe money to the IRS? Maybe is that it? Um, let's see. Uh, I'll get this right. Hold on. Hold on, cowboy. Where is that? Ah, okay. Okay, if you owe the IRS money, okay, here's a link to a program that shows you how to make a deal with them so you pay very little. uh, now I gotta find where I'm at. Okay. Uh, now I gotta find where to put the info. Okay. Okay, that's it. So that link I just sent up is, I don't know if you see it yet. Yeah. I mean, that tells you about dealing with the IRS and how they have a special program that you don't have to pay all the money, but you have to go through the process, and everything is a process. You could do it yourself. I have a video there of a wonderful lady who's also a member that got her $50,000 bill reduced to $5,000. So that's incredible. So that's it. Now the other thing is, uh, as a veteran, um, what you should do is here's a this is an organization that the government pays for, and it's called County Veteran Service Office, okay? This is the County Veteran Service Office. And they do free research for you to find money for vets. That's all they do. And I've seen reports of their work. They get more money for vets than anybody else for any kind of thing. So I would look at that report. There's a video explaining it and everything. The people, you don't even have to do it. Just find your local county and start talking to the game. Okay, you're disabled. Okay, now I have a report that gives a lot of the disabled stuff. Disability resources. Okay, let me get that. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, now this is, oh no, that's not disability. Did I send you to disability? The one starts with, no, that's the veterans. I want disability. Sorry, I screwed up. Now this may get hard to do. I don't know, we'll keep doing it and see what happens. But having all the questions bounce up and me trying to then find the ones that I gotta answer is really hard. So I think what I'll have to probably do is answer them later and send you the answer. So if I don't do it, just remind me, you know, like tomorrow if you don't get the answer. So let's see, what do we have there now? Okay, so I got disabled, minority. Well, I don't have a special list for minority. They're just all with the others. Veterans, disabled, farming. Yes, okay, now I got that. Now there's a lot of money for veterans to get into farming and everything. So here's those sources, because we need more farmers in America, believe it or not. But we do, and that's really a growth area. So here's the report on rural and farming and stuff like that for starting a farm, okay? Now I'll try to check the next one and see what if I can find that. Okay, Melody, Mr. Lesko joining from Vermont. Okay, what you should do, Melody, do you see it up on top? Where is it? Oh, I get it. On top, there's something called, guides, Guides. Look on top. And also, Antonio from Georgia, look at guides. There's a link called guides up on top. Okay? And you'll see the mini grants are up there for every state. So you could put any state, you could download all 50 states and have a complete encyclopedia of the grants for every state. Now these these guides there, this is what I've been working on for 40 years probably. And I got about another 10, 15 to do it. It's a place where you could go and all the sources within your state. That's where I think most things happen, is really in the state. And so if you go there, you'll get like 6 reports in that free guides. Now I sell them separately, but as a member you get all this free. So don't worry about it. So whatever state, you have one, there's a guide there for your state, whatever state it is, Georgia or whatever, will be, oh, Sylvia, okay, thanks, so. And it'll be one for bills and expenses and debt. So the first group, and it's called financial assistance. So you click on those, you'll find all the offices in your state that really get money just to help you if you have need financial assistance. I mean, to me, that is remarkable that we as a country pay people to help you with financial assistance, to find government programs. You know, what I charge you $20 for, they're going to do for free, and they're in your state. See, that was wrong. Now, in there, I'm going to give you another little uh, let's see. Now, there are going to be like a dozen people or so that you're going to have to call. And it's nice if there was, if the world was perfect, you'd be able to just, click on, hey, I need money, and where do I fill out the form and everything. It's not going to work that way. It may, but only if you're really lucky and if you try 100 other things. But you really have to call. Now here, I'm going to put something in the description here. Is how I would do it. Now, I would take that list. Now, it's every state, don't forget. There it is. Okay. Every state is up there. So you download for financial assistance. And then you'll see there's 10 to 12 offices. Now, you got to prepare yourself to start calling these people, because that's the only way. It's getting money like this is a people business. We want to think it's just click, click, tap, tap, and you apply, and maybe you get it, maybe you don't. I mean, that's just the end of the cycle. And if you don't go through the beginning of the cycle, your chances of getting there are just so diminished. I mean, there's nothing guaranteed, and there's nothing that you may get lucky and something will work. But if you want to do it scientifically, and that's what I look. I'm an old beta guy, and trying to set up systems instead of. See, most people just go around on Google for days and months and years and never get anywhere. They're still in the same place in the beginning. What's DCB from New York? I don't know what that is. Diane? What's that? Oh, is that your initials? Diane C. Brown? Local kill. And you have to call them. And that's what I say, like here, I'm at a table, I got a cup of coffee, maybe you want to get, look at some news on your computer and get on that phone. You wait on home for about 20 minutes, you leave messages, you take notes, who you called, and did you leave a message? Are they going to call you back or whatever? I mean, I don't know if you saw my video I did recently. I was helping somebody who was getting evicted, and we had a funny relationship, so they didn't even have a rental agreement or anything. So I found a list, and the list, if you're evicted, here's the list I use. It's at justshelter.org. I went to that list, looked for my state, which is Washington, D.C., and there it is. And there's about a dozen offices there in that report that helps people for free with legal problems with their mortgage, with their rent, or whatever. Okay, so there's about 12 there. Now, I'm an antsy guy, and I like to keep moving. But again, I get a cup of coffee, I sit down, I know I'm going to. So I call 12 of them, and it takes me about an hour or so, maybe an hour and a half to get through. Maybe I don't, but that's just trying to get through to leave a message. So I'm able to get through and leave a message on 12. Okay, the next day, I get calls back from 3. Now that to me is an incredible thing. I mean, to call 6 people and get 3 calls, and every one was a gold mine. Every one was telling me when I was giving her my case, and him, they'll help you. They'll even, help you legal advice. And yes, she does have a good chance of, they can't, she could win this argument and things like that. It's all free. I mean, she was fighting the landlord with all these high-priced lawyers and stuff, and now she has 3 people that'll give her free legal advice. That one of them wrote the laws. See, this is one of the offices of the office in the district government. They write the laws about the government, so they know for sure. See, so why hire an attorney? Spend $200-300 an hour on somebody who has to go out and learn the law for you, when you could call somebody either free, and they do this as a nonprofit organization, or the people that wrote the laws and they enforce them for free. Very so crossly. Do you or anyone know for the PPP? I have a real estate business in my name, and I have only made $1,000. Yeah, apply. Hey, anybody wants to do the PPP? Just apply. Man, go to Womply. I mean, that's who I use. I mean, there's 1,000 people you could use. They've turned out to be the biggest now. Just go apply, Diane. Now, the only thing you may not, Denise, I'm sorry. The only thing you may not have is a Schedule C. Okay. But if you made some money, so you made about $12,000, that's good. I mean, you're going to get probably about $3,000 or more. I don't know. I mean, my son, I don't know, he lives pretty tight, and yeah, he just got $10,000. I ain't gonna get a chance. So that's all. Fill out the form, and actually on OnePlay they have a where you fill out the form and ask questions. That they have little robots that answer questions for you, and you may be able to get an answer. If you can't, to any question, if it's a bigger question that you can't get it and you have to do it, but because you have about 6 weeks or so, but don't wait. I mean, it's the end of May. That is it May or April? What is this? This is April. Yeah, so it's the end of May. So you have some time, but don't wait. Just go and apply right now. Hang up. Don't talk to me anymore. And just go to one. Start applying. If you have no employees, then that's the one you want, because that's real easy and you don't have to worry about. And actually, they're set up to give you 2, and they have money now, so you don't know if they're going to have money in a couple weeks. So this stuff goes, and that's why it's very important to do. Can I still complete the form with? Yes, they have a special form for 0 employees. They have one for lots of employees and the other one for 0 employees. I just did a video this morning on it. It's 1.5 pages long. 1.5 pages long, fill in the blanks. Right. Now, they are very organized in this. So please, Denise, please, just try it. Just go, man. And I would do the EDIL too, because that's all now. But see, they change the rules all the time, so you never know. The way to find out, you just apply. Yeah, don't try to get the answers to everything, because you could dream up answers to all those kind. It's like a dating. Oh, I want somebody whose heritage is this. Oh, and they have to be this tall. Oh, what happens if they're not? Oh, yes, and the mother-in-law can't be so. All this kind of bullshit. No, you just go. You want a date. You worry about that stuff when you get the date. What determines how much you get with no employees on the PPP grant? It's a loan that turns into a grant, and that's the easy part. It's based on your income. So like you make, I think you divide that by 12, and then you get 2.5 months worth. So that'd be $2,500. So if you made $12,000, like she did, then you probably get $2,500. But don't trust me. You go and apply. I'm guessing, and I don't. I'm an old guy. Everybody, and they change these things all the time. So just go apply. You'll find out when you apply. That's the best answer. Anybody else is guessing, and they don't know because they change so much. I mean, you want to, it's not bad if you want to get. I mean, it's not bad, but if it stops you from applying, then. Don't, because even if they say something that sounds bad to you, apply anyway. So I am going to apply for the PPP loan, but do I have to have an LLC? No, you just have to be alive and breathing and make money in something. But my income is limited. That's okay. You're just going to get a limited PPP. I have to wait to get my stimulus when our taxes filed. No, your stimulus check should be here by now. No, the PPP is separate. Does that make sense, Monique? Monique, Monique, please, please, Monique. Monique, you don't have to be anything, sole proprietor, LLC, or God, same form. Uh, but just no employees is the easy form. You have employees, it's going to be a little harder. But again, if you go to Wamply like I have, I mean, there's help there. Anyone may or may not be the best. I don't know. But here's where to go if you have a real question. And that's your local Denise Brown. What are you laughing at, Denise? Oh, are you crying? Why are you crying, Denise? See, America's SBDC.org. If you put that, Denise, why are you crying? Denise, what's the name of the video this morning? If you go by the, it's the one, yeah, this morning. So there's only 2 videos there, So if it's you put it by date, it'll be something about the. Oh, I think this is the what I put. It's the. Get $20,000 in 20 days with a 2-page application. $20,000 in 20 days, and I have all the links there too. So if you go look in the description, I have all the links. And I don't know if we put it up here on Facebook yet, but I could send you all that. You could just start a discussion. Tell me. I was laughing. You said early. What did I say early? Oh, that was a crying laugh. Well, that's nice. I don't want to make people cry unless it's cry for happy. When I was a kid, afraid of being a crybaby in the 50s. Guys don't cry. Now I love it, and because then I know if I cry, I know I'm doing something special's happening in your life. So cry for happy. Oh, somebody banged your toe with a hammer. It makes you cry, not that. But the feelings and emotion is wonderful. So Monique, how stimulus? You said, if we did not receive our stimulus by now, how do we, how now we are told to do the rebate when taxes are filed? No, that you do the rebate when taxes are filed for the last, not the current one, because the current one is probably, they haven't sent out all the checks yet, Monique. But if you didn't get your money for the last 2, then on your 2020 tax reform, there's I just wrote that down somewhere too. Here's, recovery rebate credit. That's what's that. So you're right. See that if you didn't get it, but that's from the older ones, not the new ones. The new ones, they're not all out yet, so there's time. But you could go and find out if here's some information on the recovery rebate credit. I am just overlooked. Overlooked what? Overlooked. I'm looking over a 4-leaf home. How can I get home renovation grant for my mom in Alabama? She is 75 years old. Okay, here's where to start. Okay, Karen. This is for Mama. Karen's Mama. Good for you, taking care of Mama. That's what we're here for, to take care of each other. One other thing, Karen. You want to go and look in the mini grants. Okay, I'm going to show you where to look in the mini grants. Oh man, what did you do with the mini grants, Karen? Come on. Okay. Okay, Karen, now here's what you have to do after that. Then you get on the phone and you, oh, no, not there, over here. Okay, now you go to this link to get your mini grants for everybody. That video here that shows you how to download the mini grants from where we are. Okay, and you call all the people listed under financial assistance and see if they know of other grants. Now, the other thing you should do for Mama is call the Elder Care Locator. By the way, Joe Biden is now wants to add $400 billion for caregivers. $400 billion for caregivers. Sort of like you, Karen, because you're taking care of your mama. And that's a very important job. And so that's sort of interesting. If we may become a compassionate society, so definitely need a vehicle. What make and model vehicle do you need, Elizabeth? Huh? Do you know, or you don't care? It's a joke question. I'm teasing you. Okay, I have here's a report. Any good? Well, here's a possibility. This is a listing I put together of all the organizations that give out cars for free. See, there's a lot of people, mostly nonprofits, in the country that help people automobile, because if you don't have a car, you can't take care of your kids, you can't go to work, you can't do. So the government realizes that, and it has that. Now, there's also ways to get in there to get your clunker fixed too, if that's it. Now, the other thing though, Elizabeth, is if they don't work, then also check check all the listings in financial assistance in your state mini grants report. Okay, now I did a little video here. It shows you how to get your state mini grants report and what to do and things like that. But even if you don't, I mean, it's really there's a tab up on top of the group that says, God, why do I keep forgetting what that says? Oh, guides, Guides. So there's a tab up on top that says guides. That's where you get your mini grants. Also on top, there's a tab for Let's Go. Let's Go Help 2. And that's you see that up there under guides and there's a link in there that will take you to the auxiliary service we have. I'm trying to send. First of all, Facebook is they're just overwhelming and they're not nice. I can't. They bump me off, and I started the whole thing. I can't log in as me. This is my second Facebook that, thank God, I'm able to log in and do something. Otherwise, I have no control over this now as the owner. And all I do is talk to robots for about 3 months now. So I started something called Facebook Let's Go Help 2. And what I'm trying to start there is by state. So Elizabeth, I don't know what state you're in, but, and don't say confused, because I'm certainly there too. But you go over there and log in with your state, because I want to have people from states help each other in that state. See, then other people have tried things and they could help you and give better information about what's in that state and how to get it and things like that than I do. See, oh, so PA, right? I'm from Wilkes-Barre, so I know PA well. And that's where, and it's a lot cleaner than Facebook and everything, and there's no extra charge to be there. And so take a look at it. Maybe I could get that link and I'll put it here for you. If you bear with me, I'll get that link. I'll get that link. I'll get that link. I'll get the link. I think I got the link. I think I got the link. Back to home. No. Let's go help. Let's go help too. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Mommy, this isn't working. Why not? Oh, there it is. Okay. Getting closer, getting closer, getting closer. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Oh. Yeah, I think we got about 300 over there. So if we start using this and using it, you know, in a good way, so we can help each other, that's what I'm really after. Okay, I'm getting closer. Getting closer. Yes, we got 400 already. Good. And now we got to use it though. So I got to, maybe I'll have a, what do you think if I had a contest, you know, and people who help each other win a cash prize or something like that. You know, do you have any ideas on how I could get people to use this? Okay, here's that link to go over to. You got it. Great. Thank you, Melody. Yeah, that was it. Why have I tried everything you said, penitentially calling mayor and governor? Oh, good for you. No one has any information. I messaged when you had Michelle to ask for assistance with grants of any kind. All no available. Well, let's see. Okay. Yeah, it's a bitch, I know. John, I don't know where, what you've tried, and I think you're a senior, right? So I would make sure that you contact the Elder Care Locator, and it sounds like you're probably calling too. Is that right, John? Because that's very important. Okay, call them, see how they can help you. I forget what state you're in. And also, I mean, there's so much in the new Biden package. I mean, I think that's new. See, the new stuff are usually bigger opportunities. And yeah, here's a listing of what's in the Biden package. I mean, there's things for health care, there's things for rent, there's things for mortgage, there's things for, you know, an extra $1,500 if you have no children, and if you have children, boy, that could be $12,000 to $20,000. There's utility bill payments, there's mortgage payments. I don't know. Do you have a disability, John? Here's a disability. Here's a bunch of sources for housing and all kinds of stuff for people with disabilities. If you're trying to earn income somehow, John, let me give you a source for that. That was no to what, John? I forget what I asked you, John. This is an old guy. You think I remember what I said 10 minutes ago? Oh, no disability. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, good. Uh, well, then you may see about income. Now, the best place to start that is your career one-stop center. Let me give you those people. And if you're not where you should see if you're eligible. Apply for the pandemic unemployment money. So, like your state unemployment office, they also run the pandemic unemployment. Just apply, and see what happens. Because particularly a pandemic, nobody knows what really is. You don't really have to work. You don't have to not have a job. I mean, it's so confusing. So the only way to really find out is apply and see what happens. Need business funding. Oh, okay. Though if you're making income already in a business, then you want the PPP. That's the easiest thing around. And the EIDL, of course. So if you had some income from a current business, then it'd be those you'd want to apply to. And here is, now then every state, John, has special offices that are really set up to help people start or expand a business, okay? So it's their job, to help you start or expand a business. So what you have to do is get on the phone. Here's how to find out the people in your state, and that's through your state mini grants report that's up on top. And call those offices and say, hey, I'm trying to do this. What you got? Don't tell them what you want. Ask them what you got. Because it's easy for them to say no, and we don't know enough to say the right words. So that's why, hey, I'm starting a business, I'm struggling, how could you help me? That's all you have to start with, and open the conversation there. Everybody knows you want information, money or grants or something like that. So that's silly to even ask for, because there's much stuff that can maybe help you. Well, for business, 211 is not too good. For other things, like if you need free dental care or something like that, then that's not a bad place to do. If you want to, it's just one of the bases to touch. Nothing is perfect. Nobody knows. Hi, Mr. Lesko. When I apply for the PPP loaning and prayerfully I get approved, will it be forgiven if I use it within? Yeah, probably don't even have to use it within 6 months. Don't worry about the forgiven, particularly if if you have no employees. It's just filling up, say yes, and it's a self thing. Twyla, how are you? And that's not an issue. What is a freelance? Might be a stupid question. What is a freelancer? A freelancer is a term for somebody who just works, but not in a regular job where they get a paycheck and a W-2 form and all that kind of stuff. No, say, hey, why don't you cut my lawn? I'll give you $50. That's a freelancer. That's a freelance lawnmower guy. So that's what I see, and that's why they're starting. Because you work in the gig economy, Uber driving or something like that, or delivering meals. I mean, that's a growth industry, man. I mean, these businesses that do that are really growing. It's a way. They're not perfect jobs, but they're a way to keep your soul together. Can you share your screen and show me? Let's Go 2 helps each other by state. No, you got to go log in. I don't know how to share the screen. If I do that, I'm going to lose everything. So did you get the link, Abs, about the Let's Go 2? Here it is again. Okay, where are we now? Why is it freelance like that? No question stupid, man. We're stupid anyway. Everybody's stupid, but I'm different stuff. So what the hell? No, and if you don't admit it, nothing's going to happen. Okay, that's how to just go there. That'll get you into Let's Go Help, um, without paying anything. And that's what you need. I would like to get a state mini grant report and a report on business funding in Florida. Okay, now the state mini grant has all the everything in Florida. So whether it's business, whether it's paying bills, whether it's health care, everything. Now I gotta find it, so I'll show you how to get that. But it's in a clip. Where is that? Yeah. So what there is, here's the video. They'll show you how to click in there and get that guy. Okay. And there's like 6 grants in there. It's for bills and expenses. There's another one for free research. In other words, for every state, I give you about a dozen offices that will do research for you for free. That's all they do, okay? So I charge. They don't charge. They're better at a lot of things than I would be, yeah? And so that's where to get free help and research help. Then there's another one just on getting a job and job training, unemployment and all that kind of thing with jobs and career, all the grants and services and stuff like that. That's there. There's one on health care, dental care, and even pet care, and one on housing and real estate, legal. I don't know if I have legal in there yet, but that should be there soon. I have a nonprofit business. Where can you have a nonprofit business? Here's the best report available, I think, on nonprofit. These are what I put is a collection of the best places to get money for any nonprofit. It's a step by step. There's about a dozen places that are just really the best places to start with. I mean, there's a million, but these are the starting places. And I think what you want, okay? So that's for the nonprofit. I have a nonprofit business. Well, that's an oxymoron. But you're right. I mean, I think, where can I get information for funding in my state? That's it. And the other place is here. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. Show you. Show you. Show you. Show you. Oh, where is it? See, I'm sorry you have to put up with it. Okay. Now here's the offices, whether you're a nonprofit or a for-profit business, either one. What you want to do is contact every office in this report. You keep freezing. Well, it's a little cold today, but not that cold. Probably in the 60s. Yeah. Okay, what else? Yeah, keep breathing. I still owed unemployment back from a year ago. It's unreal. Elizabeth, don't let that slide, okay? They owe you, even if it's like 2 years. They have to pay you that money. So keep banging on, unless you're a rich kid and you don't need it. But I would not let that go. And I think everybody, I mean, the one thing that's obvious to me now, watching all this, there is just going to be so many more new grant programs. It's amazing now. They're not easy. Like all the Biden grants that came out, they're not even giving them out yet. And that's why when the buzz goes off, but you have to keep up on it. Let's see. Let me get I may be freezing up because I'm using my computer uh, to search for stuff, and that may stop that. Okay. Screwed up. Okay, this is the section from the mini grants on jobs, education, and training. Okay. You're 65, you're a kid going back to school for additional training in my business. Is there any way? Yes, yes, I help adults. Yes. This report here that I just put in for going training and things, this is where to start. And it's really your local career one-stop is what you want to do, and because they have training money. Also, your community colleges. The community college is the best deal in the world. Also, if you're 65 or over, you go for free. You know, that's what's neat about being old, you know, and at 65, you're going to live 30 more years, right? So you could go and become a doctor or something. Anything you want. But yes, go to your career one-stop for job training money. And also your local community college, and Biden, you know, the Democrats now are just going to start pouring money onto those things too, because that's what we need. Housing, yes, okay. Now, if you want housing, then again you go up to your mini grants, okay, for housing, and here for your state, and see all that. Let's see, copy, yes. Do you have to be a 501c3? For some you do, but no, not there. No, never worry about being something. You know, just worry about being honest. You know, everything else you think you have to be, that may or may not be true. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter until you find the place that makes sense for you to apply. If you say, well, somebody told me I have to be a 501c3, so you do that. You don't know for sure yet until the only time you want to be a 501c is that somebody says, hey, that you go researching, and then you find a grant that says, hey, boy, this looks like a perfect grant for me. What do I need to know to apply? And then they say 501c3. Then you go become one. Don't do it before. Doing it before is like getting a prom dress before you're invited to the prom. You get invited to the prom. And like Sheila or someone said that, or Melody says, yeah, I mean, most of the prom grants we talked about tonight are all for individuals. Doesn't matter. You know, I think, no, everybody, everything was for individuals tonight. See, grants is a bad name, but that just means free money. But they call it for nonprofits that give money, particularly foundations, to go to other nonprofits. So you have to be a nonprofit for those grants, but that's a very small percentage. Don't worry about it. Look for the money. Yeah, that's why what's in our head from experience or from hearsay is really dangerous, and we can't, rely on it. And the world is changing so quickly. And I used to say, until a year and a half ago, I would tell people, don't use the word grants, because 80% of the free money that the government gave out at that time wasn't even called grants. So if you're asking for a grant, you're missing 80% of the free money. But now with COVID, everyone's using the word grants in their programs to give out free money. So, yeah, that's why I use it a lot now. Funding available to buy an apartment building for business. Possibly, lots. Here's a, yeah, John, I mean, you have to start digging now, it's a lot of turn downs, it's a lot of educating. thought I heard somebody coming in the door. I said, you can't do that. Let's see. Okay, now here's this, I've done a couple hundred programs. I mean, a couple hundred custom reports on real estate stuff. Hold on a minute. Oh, nobody. Okay. I need help with overpayment of unemployment. Please advise. So you owe them money back. Okay, I think that's negotiable. I think the first thing I would do, Michelle, is call your elected officials to try to get that down. I think, don't call a lawyer or any of that. The people who have the most power over that is your elected officials. Let me give you some sources on that, how to find them. So these are your congressmen, your senators, even your state representatives. Yeah, because and see, everybody's very flexible in these. The government's very flexible with all the money you owe because they know people are hurting. And they got to be flexible. And the politicians want to help you because they know that too. Oh, exact thing for me. I have a lawyer helping me, and she said they told her the payments have to be manually released, and I gave them all my dates, and I still continue to go without really. So okay, Stephanie, I wouldn't use the lawyers. I'd use the elected officials. But if you're tied into lawyers, I understand. But they have more power than any lawyer. The government doesn't care about lawyers. They care about the people who give them money, and the people who give them money are the elected officials. So every congressman, senator, state representative, or whatever, they have special phone numbers they could call to get things fixed for their constituents, which is you. You're a constituent. And they want to solve your problem because if they solve your problem, you'll vote for them forever. And that's what